Going. Hello, VOD. Hello, Aaron Jetty. Aaron Getty. Hello, Sputicus. Hello, Into the Next Portal. Hello, Delay. Hello, Sarid. Hello, Calum MC. Is it Calum or Chelum? I might have asked that before. And hello, Liz is not inting. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. 4 months now. Good morning, Liz. And Nixional with the first time chat. Hello. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Goose42. Welcome back, everybody. Today is day, I think, 14 of Superflat Survival. And let me just update you on what I did yesterday on my own time. I ended up, as you can see, jumping off our little thing a little bit more to get the skulls that we needed. So I did a little off-screen suiciding. Let's get rid of all of those. And I finished the entire oreberry farm. So if you weren't here yesterday, we somehow gambled a very low percent chance at getting a solar panel, which we could add to our basic crop managers to create a fully passive essence berry farm. And so I was going to use this today. I like set it up yesterday and I realized that this thing makes way too many essence berries, like so many essence berries that we should definitely set up some passive processing for this because this thing goes way too hard in the paint. And Spilled, hello. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. I really appreciate that. How you doing, Spilled? Dobby, Q Dobby with the sub, Boya with the follow, and Yannick, hello. Musician, Supreme, have a nice stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will. So today, I have designed something that is very low voltage friendly that can convert these essence oreberries passively into the multiple different recipes that we have for XP buckets. This uses some pretty janky technology, and we'll get into that later, but I think today we should just start out with a crafting montage. I'm going to craft 16 LV circuits first, because we need those. Then I'm going to go for a low voltage lathe, and then a low voltage... There's one more thing I need, a centrifuge, I believe, because I need the lathe to create ender pearl screws. I know, that sounds horrible. And I need the centrifuge to create glue. So lathe, centrifuge, then I need to craft a bunch of components. So that's our plan today. We're going to start with a bunch of crafting, and then I'm going to do probably the jankiest redstone you have ever seen to turn that into a very cheap auto crafting setup. You know, there's a remove all waypoints button. I do now. Came back from my third day of my music festival today. Saw so many cool bands like Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park. That sounds like a throwback to like 2000, the 2000s, the early 2000s. What do you mean yesterday you got a solar panel and not another 3 crop managers? That would have been really funny. That would have been very good. All right, so let's just get started. I'm going to start by batch crafting 16 of these electronic circuits. And I did go ahead and prepared a couple of crafting materials. So I did craft out a bunch of copper wire, and I did all the XP crafting for that yesterday as well. Very mind-numbing, but you know, I do it for you guys and myself. I enjoy this. We are going to use this, and I think there's only a couple of things left to do. Let's start by making coated circuit boards. There's sticky resin somewhere. I know it. I know it as a fact. Kato with a prime sub. Thank you. Hello, Renderman. 5 months in a row. I hope all has been well. All has been well, my friend. How about with you? Is all well? Korea was fantastic. Yes, lots of good food. There's pictures of it in my Discord, and like just me and all the food that I ate. It was fantastic. Alrighty, so first thing we need to do is make 16 of these coated circuit boards, which we're almost there. Do I need to make more wood planks? We have some, just not enough. Okay, where's our wood pulp? Do we have any of that? I got a dink water. Finally got a promotion I was after, so I can relax now. That's always good. That's fantastic. Congratulations on that. Here's my wood pulp, which we certainly have a compressor somewhere. There we go. I'm just gonna hook that up right there. Is that Nether Star plank recipe ever used in GTNH, or is that just a meme? That is 100% a meme. I have never used this. It would be funny to make one of these one day. Maybe one day I'll make an automatic LV circuit crafting factory using the worst recipes only. Fully passive. And every single one of them will have a holy plank of Sengir in it. That would be so silly. Okay, I also need to get some vacuum tubes, which means I need a lot of glass tubes. I think I have some glass dust over here, and I have the tube mold. Here's a couple. Let's just get more going, because I'm sure I'll need it. That's going, perfect. Smite, what does Smite even do? Isn't that only like zombies or something? I feel like that's what I remember from Smite. And let's see, how many glass tubes are we rocking with? 15 currently, 24 more on the way. That should be good. The wood planks are coming. We need some more red alloy ingots. We need 4 of those. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4 copper dust and 16 redstone. Undead? Okay, okay. That does make sense. I think I need 1 more wood plank. There might also just be a 1-to-1 recipe. I feel like I remember seeing, yeah, this. I don't know why I do it 3 at a time. I don't know why I bite. Finish the netherite line. Is it any good, or is it what it seems like it is? Which is just line slop. Alright, there are 16 circuit boards. We can now... Coded circuit boards, my bad. Now we can put some wires on them and turn them into regular circuit boards. Perfect. We do need 16 steel casings, and currently the best way to do that is just to take plates and hammer them or something in a specific way. So let's throw some steel into the bending machine. I have these set up to, or I should. So the ideal setup for LV machines, if you want them to automatically deposit into something, is to make a couple of barrels, set the output face to down below into the barrel, and then go in the UI and click Item Auto Output, and that should help you with your automation a little bit. And then I normally just put a hopper on top. So it's line slop. Seeing that 2.9 beta is out makes me want to play the pack again soon, even though I played it through the daily phases. Yeah, I mean, 2.9 full release is going to be very exciting. Genuinely, I was not ready for this to be such a like life-changingly good update. It's this is like a whole new way to play GTNH at this point, honestly. Lots of heavy work has been put into the pack. It's very impressive. All right, the next bit that I need to do is resistors, which means I need charcoal dust specifically. We have plenty of charcoal from the coke oven, so I'm gonna get half a stack of that and put it into our macerator to turn into charcoal dust. Just move my world to beta and it's so good. Oh yeah, it's exciting. I have a feeling I'll need some steel plates in the future, so let's just go chuck a couple into the bender. I'd say the last 24 should be okay. We have 31 glass tubes. Once I get this last one, I'm going to flip this out for red alloy. Alright, I guess we're getting one more. What am I doing? What? Okay. Good job, Nine. Ooh, we're running kind of low on steam here. Let me pause this real quick so we don't void any recipes. There's our charcoal dust. Perfect. I think we could sneak past 2 recipes, right? Started my new world because I stumbled on the first episode of this. Perfect time to get back into it. It is really, really a good time. Like it's ridiculous how good of a time it is to get back in. And Spilled with a tier 1 sub. Thank you, my friend. Uh-oh, I think we power failed this because we're out of steam. Luckily this takes like not that much EU per tick, and I think it's gonna figure itself out. Single blocks never void items, but once you get to multi-blocks later, if it power fails, it will void all the input items, which is no bueno, generally. I think I can just autocraft this, so I'm just gonna do it, chat. Get ready for a very satisfying autocraft. I don't know where they went. Oh, there we go. They all went into our storage. Let's go. 16 electronic circuits. That's not so bad right there. And that will get us set up for most of the rest of this this tier. I'm gonna put those away, that away. This will go back in some of these steam chests or something. I'm gonna move this chest over here, and then I'm gonna switch this to diamond dust. And then that can go there, molds can go there. Perfect. What are you autocrafting? How did you what did you press? There are probably tutorials on this, but basically you go on the NEI bookmark group and you press shift and then C. And it should, if you have like a green bracket around a whole recipe and you have all the items you need, it should autocraft it out for you. I did a small tutorial on that in my first video, so if you just go back to that, should like explain most of it. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that, and then let's rock into the meat and potatoes for today. So, what we have on our checklist is I need to make 2 more LV machines. The lathe, which is my least favorite machine in all of GregTech. And let me go back and explain the lathe slander. So the lathe here, when making rods, takes 1 ingot and makes 1 rod and 2 of these annoying ass little pieces of dust, which is never helpful, like almost never helpful. The thing that really pisses me off is that the extruder, which handles a whole bunch of other recipes, just does this better. And I know it's MV and not an LV recipe, so you're just doing it for a tier, but there are 14 tiers in the game. And throughout all 14 tiers, the lathe, which its only purpose is to make rods, is worse than the all-purpose extruder. Hate the lathe. Hate the lathe. But we have to make it today because we need to make some ender pearl screws. And in order to make that, we need a lathe. There's no way around this silly lathe. So, lathe and centrifuge for glue, which I need for this recipe plan that we're going to use for the Project Red Crafter. And then we get to go. I live and breathe for lathe slander. Can we get a lathe L in the chat, please? And then, okay, let me see exactly what I need to craft this. It doesn't look that bad. I'm missing a diamond. We should have some. Let's pattern out motors, pistons. Rods, magnetic rods. Nope, not that. I should make the polarizer at this point. I'm just wasting redstone. Steel rods. Then LV machine hull, basically, and I think we're good. Okay. let's start from the beginning. So I'm gonna make 2 LV machine casings because we'll need 2 LV machine hulls for the next thing that we're gonna do. We need some more cast iron plates, which is a very easy solution. Lathe, exactly, exactly. Chat gets it. Chat gets it. It literally has L in the name. Like, hey, I forgot. How do you feel about the lathe again? Okay, the reason I went over the Slander because I wanted to include it in the video and I don't want to like go through and like mix and mince when I'm editing. So I just wanted to get it back to back while we're making the lathe. I feel like that makes a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? All right, 2 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Waste some redstone for 2 magnetic iron rods. 2 motors, 1 piston, which includes 1 steel gear. And that should be our lathe, our basic lathe. Produces rods more efficiently. No, you don't. I know you're lying. Lathe. An anonymous gifter gave Lathe a tier 1 sub. I don't know whether to say like thank you or to like yeah, I don't know. That's kind of fucks up, honestly. That's so funny. Thank you, anonymous gifter, to giving my op a tier 1 sub. That's so funny. Let's just slap that down there, honestly. I don't need a lot from this lathe. What I do need is 6 ender pearl screws. We're just gonna go big or go home here. I'm gonna grab like 16 ender pearls and we're just gonna go get all of this done so I can get rid of the lathe and never use it again. So let's just chuck that in there. The lathe doesn't really need any circuits or anything. It's just a slow ass, horrible little machine. 20 seconds for this 1 ender pearl rod. It is what it is, you know. 16 EU per tick, interesting. The other thing we need to do while that happens is we need to go grab our second LV machine of today. We got our lathe, so it's centrifuge time. This person is going to join the stream out of curiosity just to hear 9 slamming. That might be true. That might be true. Lathe of Heaven. An anonymous gifter gifted Lathe of Heaven a tier 1 sub. That's y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Let's find our centrifuge over here. There we go. We could also make the steam separator at some point, which are a bunch of steam multi-blocks, which I like, but I don't think they will be the fastest for what we're about to do today. Once I get the XP autocrafting, we'll talk about multi-blocks, but I think what I'm thinking right now is that normally I would make the multi-block macerator for ores, but we don't have ores because it's super flat. So there's very few steam multi-blocks that I'm really interested in. Maybe the alloy smelter, but that's just about it. So let's get this going. That's just a bunch of circuits and 2 motors. I have machine casing. All right, let's just bang that out, I guess. Let's just get a couple of steel rods while we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 magnetic rods, 2 electric motors, and straight into our basic centrifuge. This bad boy is used to centrifuge things, as it says on the tin. I'm not really sure if the LV centrifuge is really necessary to get out of LV. I think what the quest book says is that it's for making hydrogen and for glue. And technically you could also make the fluid extractor to get glue, I think you need that for circuit boards, though. Yeah, yeah, you need some type of glue to make circuit boards, the next tier of circuit boards. So I guess we needed it eventually. Takes 400 buckets of XP to produce 1 LV and 1 MV circuit from only XP crafting and water. Oh, we'll be making tons of buckets of XP. It's not even an issue. All right, I'm done with you, Lathe. You're done. I'm gonna let you do that. You know what? I'm not even gonna let you do this last recipe. Oh wait, I don't have a. My wrench broke. Never mind. Wrench 2 electric boogaloo. What is an accessible block palette in Steam early LV age to make a base out of? That's a great question. Me personally, I'm doing these chiseled wood blocks and some looms from Et Futurum Requiem, as well as probably I'm gonna include bookshelves soon. We can trade for bookshelves with villagers. I like this look a lot actually. I might go for it more often, but I think it's especially interesting to see megastructures entirely out of wood, you know what I mean? So just for now, we'll probably do that until I get a later game set up. There's a little centrifuge all set up. And I guess we could get some stuff going, get some glue going. And one more time. And the way that we're going to get glue going is by centrifuging some slime balls. Do you have fire tick? Yes, fire tick is in fact on. So I might be boned if I accidentally start a fire. It's a very good call right there. I only need 50 liters of refined glue for what I'm doing today. So I'm just going to leave it at that, actually. I don't know how I'm going to get the glue into the assembler, actually. We might as well do this right now while we're here. Probably should have thought this through. We need to make some paperboard, which is 2 pieces of paper and refined glue on circuit 2. I guess we could auto output this into some sort of liquid pipe and then directly into the assembler, which shouldn't be too much of a problem here. Do wooden pipes count for this? Cannot handle gas. Let's give this a try. I think this might work. This might work. I don't. So let's get. Oh, it's the face. All right, I can change the facing direction by crouching and right-clicking, and then that, and then I change the output direction here. Fluid auto output. Perfect. Works like a charm. Me when my glue gets stuck to my wood pipes. Yeah, I feel like I've never done this series of things before. This is a very odd happening. Paper. Get that paper. Oh, does lightning start fires? Oh, that's true. Maybe I should turn off fire tick just so I don't get trolled. That would be a really sad day. I mean, I do have backups every 30 minutes, so... And I don't think shit can get set on fire while I'm not here. Can it? I'm gonna take a server backup right now. That's a great idea. Let's see. Backups. Create a new backup. Damn, why is the last backup 143 gigs? What's going on there? If you chunk loaded it, it could. I do have it chunk loaded. Scary. Scary. Good evening, Devtron. How's it going? About to start a GOG run. Let's go. And Derpop, thank you for the follow. All right, let's get to it. I think there's nothing left to do other than starting to craft all of the components we need for this XP auto crafting bonanza we're about to be going on. I'm going to start by making a couple of forestry work tables. So let's get all the stuff we need for that. Do we have a better crafting table recipe? Not really. I'd rather just spend the logs, honestly. 6, 7, 8. Then 8 flint. 4 crafting tables. We need some books. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need some chests. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's also, I'm going to try to empty my inventory of a bunch of random detritus right now. I wish I could trash this lathe right now, but I know I'm going to need it later, so... Chum burger. Oh my god, why am I sick and nauseous? Uh-oh. I don't like this. Do not eat the chum burger. Lesson learned. Jeez. Forestry work tables are useless with NEI autocrafting. Well, don't you worry, because that is not my end game. My end game is to make the auto crafting bench by Project Red, which this work table is a part of the recipe. We also need to make this work well, actually, let me explain that in a second. Let's go sleep. Chum burgers are perfectly safe. I think you just got a bad one. Yeah, trust, bro. Trust, bro. Oh my god. What is going on? Why do I have infinite slowness and weakness? What did I do to deserve this? Oh, my health is 0. What the? How hungry? Get chummed? Alright. Surely mineral water will save me. Why did that hurt me? Bacon mushroom burger. Let's go. My goat. Deluxe cheeseburger. Huge. Okay. Back to it. Let's go circuit 1 and chuck these bad boys in. That is a 10-second recipe. Good to go. One of these work tables we are going to turn into the project bench. And these project benches allow you to create specific recipe presets for the Project Red crafter. And the other thing we need to go along with this is to turn this paperboard into recipe plans, which I will do in just 1 second. XP crafting is so good. I'm at the end of LV and I don't know what to do with 2 stacks of gallium arsenide. Mighty Stone, Actually, we'll talk about this at some other point. We'll talk about this. There's one roadblock I have in the future, but I want it to be a roadblock for now. Basically, you take the recipe plan, you throw, some type of recipe into this bench, and then you press the feather to get the recipe into the plan, and then the crafter does that recipe. It's very self-explanatory. We just need one of these. Let's work our way from the bottom up here. We need some clay dust next to make into, I'm assuming this is clay pipes for LV fluid tanks. I don't know why it says we want 3. Might as well, though. In order to make our clay dust, what's the best way? We could XP craft it. Actually, that's really probably the fastest way to do that right now. Let's go grab our XP crafting setup. I've got 276 levels from eating random essence ore berries, so... Lies by big distillery to get more distilled water. Okay. I don't even remember what I said at that point. Mineral water had uranium. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, uranium is a mineral, right? You need an XP storage, otherwise you'll cry when you lose it. I won't though, because the essence oreberry farm makes so many essence oreberries. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to do with it all. It's been full for like it fills up in like less than an hour. It's insane. I genuinely think the throughput issue will be how fast I can craft the buckets into actual stuff, which is a great problem to be having. All right, we need to compress 18 of these into clay plates. Crying and yeah, suffering from success, right? And while that goes, let's keep knocking stuff off of our list. Big crafting montage. That will turn into large clay fluid pipes. We do need a ton of tin for this. I don't know if I have everything I need. 20, 33 plus 21. We do need a little more tin. Although I might be overestimating the amount of tin item pipes we need. Let's do that as we need them, honestly. We do need a couple of tin item pipes. What's the progress with the XP Autocrafter? Did you make it today? I'm not. I am currently compiling all the parts we will need to make 2 setups, and then yeah, we'll assemble it today in a little bit. I also need oak fences today, surprisingly, in order for this to work. I promise you that is real. I need 3 oak pressure plates. I need a minecart and a boat and 2 tracks. Please don't ask me why. We'll also need 2 water buckets at some point. I'm so excited for today because I have the jankiest redstone known to man that we are going to showcase today because I went all in on making this as cheap as possible for us, so that way it would be like a little more doable. But I'm so excited. I also need a block update detector, so let's grind that out real quick. We just need to make a long steel rod and turn that into a steel spring with a bender. I need a minecart and a boat. Words never uttered before in GTNH playthrough. I know, right? It's wild. It's wild. We're about to have some legendary. See, the amazing thing is because I make like videos for this, I'm so excited to see people using this setup in the near future. Like, it is actually kind of revolutionary because it's so cheap. Um, so I'm so excited to see like the average Joe making this stupid ass Rube Goldberg machine. Oh, it's gonna be so good. All right, let's turn that off. Get a little weighted pressure plate heavy, because obviously we need one of those. Red alloy plate, stone bricks. Devtron, I'm about to show you. I cooked this myself. I am the author of this beautiful, beautiful machine that we are about to assemble today. We have 1 red alloy plate. I need 2 more. Perfect. And you need a home. I forgot that red alloy takes fucking forever to do anything in early game. That's my bad. I'm making a lathe torture device. Man, I wish. I do think I will need more steel plates after this, so let's just keep the steel coming. Detector empty. And then we need to combine it with a sticky piston, no less. It cannot be a regular piston. It has to be a sticky piston in order to make the block update detector. Beautiful. What's the roadblock you were talking about? I'm gonna keep that a secret for now, and then we'll talk about it when we get there. Because I'm not really sure how fast I'm going to progress yet. But when we get there, we will get there. I don't want to try spoiling it for myself yet, because I'm actually really interested to see if we can solve it either together or by myself. Because it does look like an actual roadblock given some of my rules. So if you know what it is, don't spoil it for me. I want to keep that a mystery. All right, there is our block update detector. Please do not ask why we need this. Uh-oh. We out of steam? Oh, the bending machine and the assembling machine going at the same time. I'm gonna turn that off real quick. And then hopefully that will allow this to process what it needs to do. Uh-oh. Let's also turn this off real quick, and then hopefully we can give time for the steam buffer to recover. I don't know what else is using steam though. I guess we're just not producing a lot of it. Yorsham Q with 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Holy moly. Dude, the gift subs have been flying off the shelves today. I really appreciate that, y'all. Thank you so much, Yorsham. I really appreciate that. That's 10 total in the channel. That is a lot. I appreciate that. And then, okay. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Let's try and send it and see if we can get this recipe. Yeah, that should be good enough. There's our block update detector. Please do not ask me why we need a block update detector. Even I do not know. There is some truth to that statement, actually. Hello, Dan the Man with the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. How are you doing? 3 months? Holy moly. What do we need for some block placers? I think we need to batch out 24 electric motors first, which means a lot of different stuff. Let's get that going. I'm praying that we have the copper wire we need. It looks like we have just a little bit extra. We're a little low on tin cables, which I have been replenishing very slowly through the vending machine. Every 20 minutes we can get 16 of these, and I find it a really good investment because both rubber and tin are things that I need to XP craft, and currently we don't have that. And so like having this just all in one go is a very nice little it's nice spend. It's worth the while to spend on the vending machine for that. I need 48 plus 24, which is 60, 72. Let's just go for the whole thing. That should be enough. 24 magnetic iron rods, and I am... Oh, we have enough. Okay. I'm very much considering making a polarizer. At this point, I feel kind of bad. Hello, Greg Tech Noob. How's it going? Ace Winters, hello, first time chatter. Watched all your Superflat series over the weekend. Glad to have caught up. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. You're pretty caught up. We've only done a couple of VODs so far, or a couple of streams so far. All right, that is 24 electric motors, which feels exorbitant at this point in time, but I think we're gonna need them, so might as well. Let's get our large clay fluid pipes out of the way right now. Moin, hello. How's it going? How are you? Wow, still going. Impressive. 30 seconds each, I guess. Watched all the VODs too? Okay, awesome. I don't think you missed anything because I'm all caught up in VODs. I upload them pretty quick if I remember to. All right, all that for 3 large clay fluid pipes, which will turn into currently 1 ultra low voltage fluid tank because we need some more water buckets. Oh, hello. That's a quest. And then we'll go over here and fill those up. I always love having a water bucket as a mobility tool. That's one thing I will never shake, no matter modded, vanilla. Like, it's just, I will have that forever. It's my little crutch. I miscounted quite poorly. Okay, there's that. We got that. Block placer is next. It's should be fairly easy. We do need 9 conveyor modules. 9 conveyor, Jesus. What are we missing for more? I'm assuming it's rubber. Okay. So we would need 4 times 6, 24 plus 2, which is 26. And let's just throw that in the bender. Are we getting into AE2 today? I don't know, you tell me. How No, we are not getting into AE2 today. Not only is that quite a while away, but I also am putting myself in editing jail in between all the time, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 should be enough. There are 3 block placers. That's good. I need some more tin, unfortunately. I accidentally blew this all the wrong direction. I should have not done that early. Could use an arc furnace, but I guess I'll just macerate this back into dust and smelt it back up. If your definition of today is loose, next year today, guys, trust, next year today. 35 seconds, damn. Okay, we have the 6 remaining conveyor modules, which I will need for random bullshit. Now let's get into the transfer nodes. Oh, I forgot the auto crafting workbench. Whoops. All right, so gear, iron casing, motor. I have that. I do need the iron casing and we're good. I have harmony already? Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been had that. You know what I'm saying? That's like rookie work right there. I only get 3 tin dust back from each of these. Oh god, we're so tin poor. Hopefully we can just eke this out just barely, because I need tin to make automation like item pipes right now, because that's all I have access to for item automation, which is so sad. Whatever, man. All right, these auto workbenches suck. They're terrible. Don't use them. Auto crafting bench, better. And I think that should be everything except for basically we just... Oh, transfer node. I forgot about the most annoying part here. We're so broke now. Holy shit. Okay, 16 of that. And then how do we make steel foil? Circuit 10, right? 32 for 8? 8 ingots? Thank you for following, Rolf. How's it going? Hello, Lema. 8 rods. 8 times 4, 32. Oh. Oh, we're poor. Average Greg Tech Noob. I finally changed my username. Let's go. Let's go. It is what it is. Okay, brass. Do we have brass? Can I get brass? I'm feeling kind of lazy right now because we just did so much crafting. We can get cast iron, but I see no brass, unfortunately. Thank you for streaming. I love the streams. Of course, my friend. I do it for you. And me. I enjoy it. Zinc. Oh no, my greatest mortal enemy, zinc dust. No, not like this. We don't have any, but I can XP bucket craft. Oh, that's got a little kick. How much zinc do we need? We need 12 brass ingots. Each one zinc is turned into 4 ingots, right? Yes. 1 zinc for 4 ingots. 7. We need to do 2 batches of this. Oh, okay. So that's really just not that bad at all. How are you planning on getting chrome? I think we'll do probably crops. I don't want to mess too much with bees this game this time around because I've done bees before. So I want to see if I can do crops, but I also don't want to like bore the viewer and like do too much of the same solution, you know what I'm saying? We're in quite the funny little rut here. Fly my items. There we go. Want to make sure I'm picking everything up. Don't overthink it. Cheers. Good song choice. This is a good song. This is a very good. This is my favorite Pink Floyd song, at least. Wish You Were Here. It's a sad one. But I like most sad music. Scrapbox gambling. You know what? I do want to do some scrapbox gambling. I think it's underrated. I think scrapbox gambling is fun, but I will also need to do it anyway. I need to get a good scrapbox set up anyway because we need something for RAM chips. Scrap boxes are a really funny, silly thing that's just gambling to get like a bunch of random items. There are some fun ones. A green sapphire is needed. We will eventually need that to make green sapphire lenses to make RAM. There's no other way to get green sapphire that I know of. There might be like a plant at this point. Like Saphira or something. I don't know what they would call it. You know what I'm saying? But scrap boxes are pretty infamous for being like kind of funny. 0.31%, you know what I'm saying? 0.01% chrome dust, right? Like there's some fun stuff in here though. There's like titanium dust, I think, platinum, which could be very useful if we got a good setup going. Titanium, bauxite, diamonds are good. Vacuum tubes, brass dust, fantastic, and platinum dust, which is pretty good because you don't need a like blast furnace for that. You just gamble. Yeah, we love gambling here. All right, let's grind our ender pearl rods into bolts. We need 1, 2, 3 sets of bolts to turn into 6 screws, which means we need to plug in our lathe again, to my utter distaste. Ugh. That scared me a lot. Oh, getting damaged near machines normally means that something is exploding, and I do not like that. All right, there's that. Our brass should be coming through, and then I will turn that into plates. My Amax and MasterCard. Let's grab our tin and get that smelting again. 32 should be a decent amount of small tin pipes. I think it's 32 small tin pipes, which should be enough. Oh, and we... Oh, I love myself sometimes. Oh, I prepared. I prepared. Yeah, we should only need 32, honestly. I remember that MEBF was necessary for something in 2.8 GOG. Is there a solution for that in 2.9? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't keep up anymore. So all I know is that this run may or may not be possible, and we'll figure it out as we go. My philosophy has been to explore the pack as much as possible, and then when we run into a problem, we just bend the rules in order to... Fuck. Stop. In order to fix the issues that we have. Uh-oh. Can we... Is there a one-to-one getting this back into... Let me think about this, because it's 1 to 4. This I can do 1 to small pile. Okay, 4 to 1. Okay. We can just macerate this back. That's so awkward. What about manganese? Manganese nuts. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Why won't the run be possible? Because I am dimension locking the run to only the overworld, as well as being super flat. So sorry to do you like that, Mighty Stone. I didn't mean it. I take it back. What about nether air? Yeah, that is one of the issues that we'll have to address at some point. But I'm going to leave those for down the line and approach them on a like video by video basis. So each tier when we need to like figure that out, I want to approach it then, because part of what makes a video good is having the aspect of problem solving in it and having your audience be able to come along for the ride with the problem solving. I think it feels very satisfying. Like when you watch a Neurotic Goose video, for example, and he proposes an issue and you work through a bunch of different like possible solutions and then you find a solution. And that's I think a very rewarding part of those types of videos. So what's your solution for zinc? There is an XP bucket craft for zinc, which I despise because it's really bad. It's eight XP buckets for 1 zinc. There must be like a... There's a ton of crops now. Uranium, platina, titania, and there's a bunch of different ways to like combine them in odd ways, I feel like. There's thiosulfine now, which is a sulfur plant, which I really like. I'm very interested in this. Which voltage are you going to unlock sprinting? Never. I actually don't know if I could do the... Actually, MV, when I can make an enchanting table. Uh-oh. Hello, power fail. Are we just lacking steam right now? Okay. I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. We are almost to building the doohickey chat. We're very close. We're very close. I need to make transfer nodes, which we're almost to. And then once we do that, we're golden. I already have the auto workbench. Transfer nodes and some small item pipes. Also, a drawer key and a couple drawers, probably. We might as well get that out of the way. I think I need at least 4. Drawers are really good in early game. They're like very underrated in my humble opinion. What they allow you to do is do some early filtering of stuff that you would not be able to do beforehand. Just based on how some of the transport methods work, like item transport methods. Let's get that going. I just gotta grab a piston and make the upgrade. Piston. And then a bunch of random gold shit. Rod, bolt. What a waste. Java barrels can lock items. Yeah, I mean, any type of barrel or drawer is fine. Obviously. I just like... I don't like Java barrels. I know that they're better, technically, but... they just piss me off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Upgrading Java barrels is annoying. Honestly, so okay, the difference between the two barrels, let's look at Java barrels. Java barrels have this are cheap enough and they can be upgraded in LV, which is I don't think you can really upgrade like the regular barrels in early game. The issue is that they need to use these like slots, and so you need to provide structural upgrades first to get slots to put in the actual storage upgrades. So you need to put a structural mark 2 and a storage upgrade times 3. And it's just like, all right, like that's kind of annoying. You can make void upgrades in LV though, which is pretty nice, I will say. But I just don't like them. All right, do we have enough steam to do this really long recipe? Hopefully. One can only hope, right? 16 EU per tick. Yeah, we should be fine. All right, there's our transfer pipes, which we should get a quest for that, actually. There we go. Back, back, back. Oh, we get 4 extra. Let's go. And we're going to make a transfer node next, which I think we should have everything for, ideally. I'm in danger. We're out of wrenches. That's good. What is going on here? Okay. There's that, and then 3 transfer nodes will be done once I make 6 gears. I don't know why I'm making 3 of these, now that I think about it. What is going on with this crafting table? And there we go. 3 transfer nodes. I don't need these transfer pipes. Should be able to just chuck these back where they came. Put that in there. Get 2 water buckets, and then I think this whole let me clear my inventory of the detritus. Oh, I need the drawer key. I forgot about that. Nether is not allowed in this playthrough. It is just overworld in this playthrough. I think both barrels are on 4096 items without upgrades. Thank you for the follow. IGAFEU. Igafu. All right. Oh, and some tin item pipes should be a good idea. Let's do the small kind. All right, I gotta check that this is everything we need. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of one of each of these. Don't need these detectors either. Circuits, we have some extra, which is always nice. We need 3 conveyor modules for this, in fact. That's good. I'm gonna put the extra buckets back. Kind of late, but hi. Hello. What's going on? Space Goose Perp. You haven't missed much. It's mostly just been a crafting montage thus far, but I do believe we are finally ready to get assembling. I think we have grabbed everything that we could possibly need. And I'm trying to think about this. We might need some redstone and redstone torches. I think that's it. I'm really hoping that's it. Because if it's not, it's gonna be a little embarrassing. We need at least 2. Let's just go for like 5 redstone torches. Why not? And we do want to light it up after the fact. Discord invite seems to be invalid. Uh-oh. If you can remind me to fix that, someone can remind me to fix that, or just ping me in my Discord, that would be great. Okay, we are at the portion, I have done all of the crafting. We are at the portion where I am now going to show you this horrifying abomination of an automation that will turn our essence oreberries that we are farming over here directly into items that we can get through XP crafting. That is copper dust, tin dust, nickel dust, and a whole slew of different stuff. So, in my inventory should be everything you need to make this happen. I know I'm gonna forget something, like glass, for example. We do need a little bit of glass. Oh, and XP grates. What am I talking about? All right. I'm gonna redo this, chat. I'm so sorry. I swear these are perfect stream times for me to fall asleep to. That's awesome. That's a good compliment. 1 sec, spilled. Remind me in a bit. I gotta grab this, and then glass for our viewing pleasure. And then I think we're good. 6 buckets. Yeah. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have VODs. I have a VODs YouTube channel. It should be somewhere down there below my stream right now. There should be a link somewhere. All right, chat, I'm so sorry. I'm going to repeat all the words that I just said again, so that way I can get it all in one video bit and make my life easier for editing. So just bear with me here. All right, we have officially crafted the long laundry list that we needed in order to turn our XP oreberries, which we are growing right here, into XP buckets and then into their respective recipes. So we got copper dust, tin dust, nickel dust, and a whole slew of other useful recipes that we will soon be able to passively turn into their items. Within my inventory exists, hopefully, every single thing you'll need to set this up. And I know you're seeing some really weird stuff going on here, like an oak boat and a minecart. Just, you'll bear with me and then I will explain to you everything. Let's get started. Right here is the area that we need for our boat clock. And yes, I mean a boat clock. So I'm gonna get this set up here. We need to get a little area here and put 2 pressure plates and then oak fences all the way around. All right, within this, all right, one more time. Within this, we're gonna put water here and water here. And we can just put our boat down at this point. And as you can see, that creates a nice little cycling redstone clock for us to get a very slow repeated signal out of right there. When the boat passes over every, like, I don't know, what is that, like 7 seconds or so? It's beautiful. This is beautiful. And then we just hook this up to our machinery, which I will definitely remember how this all goes. So trust, this is going to be great. I believe I want to say it's like this, but I'm not remembering. Let me confer a screenshot real quick. Where do I want to go? Here. Screenshots. What does that look like? 1, 1, 2. Okay. All right. So we're going to take the signal here and bring that all the way up here. And that's going to lock a hopper later. We're also going to take a redstone torch and put this here for later use. The auto crafting bench goes right here. And our hopper, oh, we're missing hoppers. Do not forget hoppers. We need 2 or 3 hoppers, maybe 2. I'm gonna grab those. Stargate player can't handle basic vanilla redstone. I think I can handle it very well. I think you guys are about to see my redstone prowess. I just can't remember the whole blueprint off the top of my noggin. That's pretty hard though, to be fair. Let me get the screenshot up again. Seems like it's just 1 hopper each. That should be pretty easy. I do remember the recipe. That is 2 chests, 5 iron plates each. What is the symbolism on your Minecraft skin? Of the many things that I do with symbolism, my Minecraft skin actually has very little. I just like flowers. And I've had that for a while. I've had that skin for a while. There is one thing is I have a Tron identity disc on my back, which I think is pretty cool. But that's it. That's a new addition recently. All right, those are the 2 hoppers. Do not forget your hoppers. Let's go plug those in. Tron is peak. We know this. If you guys like me, you probably like Tron. It's just so ingrained in my identity, it probably just comes through. Okay, so we placed our hopper facing our auto crafting bench, and then I'm going to put one of our ultra low voltage fluid tanks down and put an XP drain on top of that. That should be good, and then we just need to chuck some glass around here for our viewing pleasure. Not there. That's awesome. I also need to place this block placer above the XP drain. And the way this thing works is it just right clicks a block. And I think technically you just chuck XP oreberries into this and give it a redstone signal and it just creates XP orbs on the ground, which is awesome. It's perfect for our application here. We are replaying a song that we've already played. Let's see, what playlist do I want right now? Ooh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I know what I want to listen to. Hold up, hold up. Liked songs. Desert Sand Feels Warm at Night. Tomorrow 2096. We ball. Okay, I will remember this. This is a very hard thing to remember. Outside of the auto crafting bench, all right, let's do this one more time. Below the auto crafting bench, we're going to use our transfer nodes, and these actually do respond to redstone and are shut off by redstone torches. So we're going to leverage that to our advantage here. This will be the output with the item that we want, and then this will be where our buckets go. So I'm currently going to put 3 buckets straight into here and put a drawer key down there. And the buckets need to loop back into the ultra low voltage fluid tank eventually. I am not going to set this up until all of our wiring is done yet, but I will eventually. What else do we need to do? We need to make another clock here. This is another very janky clock that I am so in love with. Let's see if I remember how this works. So, the other janky clock that we were using is a 1-second minecart clock. Let me sleep real quick so that way I can reload the day before I do this. Oh, that was crunchy. Did you guys hear that? I just had a great neck crack. Oh, I always love that. All right, I'm about to show you the second most diabolical redstone clock that we can possibly do. So you're gonna make this L shape plus the oak fence, put an oak pressure plate right here, and then 2 tracks, and then you can get rid of 1. The minecart goes here, and you can see every second it hits this pressure plate, which we're gonna leverage, obviously. The problem with this is that it actually outputs a constant redstone signal. So in order to get the pulse that I'm looking for, you need a block update detector in order to actually measure that redstone signal, which, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to take a redstone line out of that, and that is going to be our clock for our block placer. The block placer is going to use our XP ore berries every 1 second just to keep up with the speed of the crafting bench and the clock here. I think this is mostly set up. There's 3 more things we have to do, one of which is that we need to snake our way into here and grab our essence ore berries and distribute them to our block placers. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. I think I know the best way to do this. I'm gonna get rid of this hopper here. It's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze. We're gonna get tin item pipes and use that to export, or I guess import items into the pipe network is the correct way to say this. So I'm going to crouch and right click the item pipe on the side that we have added the conveyor belt and set that to import. And you should see that will pull in 16 of these ore berries at a time. And I am going to just bring that all the way out here. Let's just eat those, get them out of the way. Now you can see the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Let me get a better angle for this. you can see that the pieces of the puzzle are coming together here as the ore berries are coming into the block placer, and then the block placer is getting ticked every 1 second, and the XP is pulling up into this ultra low voltage fluid tank. It's kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect. I have this set up this way for a reason. You'll see in a sec. I'm probably going to set up another module on this side. What do we need to do still? What else am I missing? One thing that is a glaring thing that I'm missing is we need to grab this project bench. I'm going to put this in the ground right here. We also need to have some XP buckets to actually make these recipes show up, so I'm going to grab those real quick. Good night, Roche. Thank you for popping in. Get some good sleep, my friend. And I'm going to program, oh my gosh, English. I'm going to program this to the copper dust recipe and get my recipe plan. And we do not want to claim this because that actually crafts it. What we want to do is press this feather button, and then we get the copper dust recipe plan. Let's see, I'm going to grab our buckets back. Let's also make recipe plans for everything else, I think. We might as well. I think this is tin. It's a weird song. Let me just do it the easy way. Save a June. What is the recipe for nickel dust? Tin nickel is this. Grab that. Oh, damn it. Did it eat my XP buckets? Chat, did you see that? Am I crazy? I think it just ate the buckets. That's insane. All right, that's all I need for now. I'll just place those down. All right, so now that we have our copper recipe plan in, our copper dust recipe plan, whenever we get 3 XP buckets into the internal inventory of this auto crafting bench, what it's going to do is it's going to craft these out into a copper dust. And what I'm going to do real quick is chuck this copper dust in here and lock this. Every time the boat comes around, it's going to empty our buckets back into here and our copper dust that we make back into here. The final step of this is to add a conveyor belt here on import. I'm going to wait till it does that and then import. The buckets go right back into the ultra low voltage fluid tank, turning into XP buckets, popping into here. And then we get passive copper. You see that? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Oh my god. The reason we have such a complicated circuit for this is kind of, it's an annoying issue. The issue is that the auto crafting bench from Project Red, the input and the output inventory are the same. So if I tried to put XP buckets in here and just randomly pull out whatever outputs, it would try to pull out the XP buckets, and I don't have access to very robust filtering items right now. So the logistics that I have to use to do this is I need to turn off the hoppers that feed the XP every once in a while to ensure that all 3 XP buckets make it, it does the craft, and then we're ready to extract items for a little period of time. I can make filtered conveyors, but that would require a pretty big a very big jump to get item filters. We need to get a bunch of zinc and polyethylene, and it's really kind of an issue. I tried finding ways to use drawers for filtering, but there are no item transport methods that are LV that do not have an internal inventory. So XP, I tried that method, Nasos, but XP buckets would get pulled into this inventory slot of the transfer node. You could do that with conduits that don't have internal inventory, but yeah, it's like there's a lot of reasons why I came up with this specific solution for this problem. Um, but the moral of the story is that now we have fully passive XP crafting using this lovely, lovely, janky, beautiful automation. Another issue that this has is that there's no good way to trash excess XP. So every once in a while, you'll need to come over here and just yoink all these orbs. Otherwise, you'll have an issue, I think. I'm not even sure if it's like letting me, frankly. I need to download clumps or something. Let's see what happens if I do that. Well, that's not helpful. That's going to cause a lot of lag, like FPS lag long term. So make sure you're checking on that every once in a while. But let's go set that up again for the other side. So that way I can get another, I guess we want tin for now. And that should be a piece of cake at this point. You could put excess into a railcraft tank. I don't know exactly how I would do that. I'm like thinking about it, but I'm not sure if I have an idea of how that would work. There are probably... Couldn't kill the orbs with fire or lava. I could, but I have no way to dictate exact... I guess I could do like every once in a blue moon, I use a sticky piston to open this piece of glass and then shove the XP orbs into like a lava stream or something. I don't know. That's like my best bet, I think. But I'm scared of lava with all this wood. There's a lot of issues. I think this is the best compromise we could make, though. All right, we need one more bucket and a little bit of glass. Let's put the crafter here. Hopper goes here. ULV fluid tank goes there. How are you blocking light for berries? XP berries do not need that. The other ore berries do, but XP berries are different. How expensive are vacuum hoppers again? That's true, but I don't know if they have like a void excess. Really, the best way we could do this if we could find some way to void excess XP within the ULV tanks. But I don't know if there's like a void excess fluid option we have really early on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. What am I doing? I don't need this track anymore. I need glass. And I need buckets. God damn. The brain worms. I'm just gonna make a couple of those. Puller upgrade for drawer? I don't know what the puller upgrade is. The issue is just XP orbs on the ground because the crafting speed isn't high enough. I guess what I could do is every once in a while I could flip off the clock that... Well, actually, I don't know. Let's grab a lever though so we can just automatically flip off that clock. I think that should at least allow us to like every once in a while fix it. Hey 3, how's it going? GTNH is fantastic. It's really well made. I think you'd like it. It's like better than bees at this point. But I do think it's a little overpowered. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, I guess we're doing that. Look at it go, though. We already have 30 copper dust. Oh my god, this is so good. I'm so happy. No more XP crafting like a lame guy. I can finally be a Chad. Come on. There we go. Block placer. I hardly know her. Yoink yoink. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm out of hunger. And then let's grab our tin item pipes and just get those ore berries into that inventory. Technologia. I'm going to quickly grab these 3 buckets and just fill up right here. And then let's grab, oh, what do we want? Tin or nickel? I feel like we want tin. I'm tired of the tin shortages. Let's just get this out of the way once, get like a couple thousand tin, and then we'll be okay. So let's grab that. And let's grab the tin dust, and I'm going to put that in there and lock it up. And then I can do that. I would like to know where my buckets are. Okay, okay. It's working? It's working! That's what I'm talking about, baby! Oh my god. Alright, and then let's see if the other machine broke. Oh, wait, one more time. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're so good. So, we finally have it. This is our fully automatic XP ore berry crafting. Very cheaply made in LV. Oh my god. We're so rich. Look at this technology. First of all, we got the minecart 1-second timer on top of the boat clock. That's like a work of art right there. I'm really proud of myself for coming up with this. It's definitely got some issues, and we'll address them as time goes on. This is a fantastic place to be. So let's go plan out what we're going to do tomorrow. Or I guess Friday, Wednesday. I can't tell what day it is. What should we do, chat? Should we go try to do EBF? Is it time already? Let's go look at our quest book. There's really nothing stopping us from getting an electric blast furnace. Let me pattern this John out. I need 11 of those. One of those bad boys. Oh, wait, I totally forgot about Cooper nickel coils. That's probably going to be fucked. Input buses. Let's just say 2 of those, and I can do the flip recipe. Input hatch. Maintenance hatch. That's a fun one. Muffler hatch. Can't forget about you. Hey, Killer Doggy. Yeah, you did come in a little bit late here. We are just finishing up. I think these are identical recipes. So we just go with this one. We need 2 LV energy hatches, which is 4 low voltage coils, which is very doable. Lubricant, we need... How are we getting lubricant this early on? Do we have access to that already? Okay, we need the brewing the industrial way, so we need a brewery. And then the last part we need of this, which is the scary part, is the coils. And I've totally forgot what the recipe is for the coils, but I'm wondering if it's possible for us, because we're going to need 128 of this copper nickel wire. That's all fairly doable, I think. We'll just alloy smelt that together. Ruby dust for the copper nickel coils. So we might need to do some crop breeding tomorrow for rubine for aluminosilicate wool. Unless we could just do mica. Asbestos comes from something. There's like a crop, right, that does a lot of this stuff. Let me, sorry, back. Crops, Green Revolution. What am I thinking about, chat? There's a crop that gets some weird dusts that I like. Mycadia? Well, yeah, this is a takes one to know one type thing. But that does open up mica for the rest of the playthrough, so I guess that's good. So I guess we're stuck with aluminosilicate wool for now, which is ruby dust and silicon dioxide or some other source. I guess ruby is our best bet here. Yeah. Silicon dioxide. How are we getting silicon dioxide? Or even like... Oh, I have Certus quartz dust from villager trades. All right, so let's do that. Add that to the list. $96 ruby dust, 96 Certus quartz. All right, Certus quartz is definitely doable. What I am a little worried about is ruby dust, which I think we can just centrifuge redstone. It's going to be really slow to get 90. Oh my god, 960 redstone. Oh. You did see that right. If you get a copper nickel coil, you can use that to make mycadia seeds, which I find very interesting. I like that. Oh, let me get away from the 1 second clock. I'm sure that's pissing you guys off. Or, is that the pressure plate sound? Okay, that's a lot quieter. That should help save your sanity. We could XP craft redstone. That is an option that I don't hate. The thing that I hate about that is centrifuging 170 seconds for 1 ruby dust. Is there a crop that gives ruby dust? Where is the list of seeds? What happened there? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's look. Rubine. Ruby. Oh, we need a ruby ore under it to grow it. Uh-oh. Is that possible? Can we get ruby ore through some... No. Wait a minute. What the hell? Why is that complete? Okay, I think I did some weird hacking stuff with quest book. That does not look right. I think you can loot rubies. That's a good shout if I can. So it looks like tomorrow is going to be either an exploration next. I say tomorrow, but it's the next stream, like an exploration stream, or we're just gonna make the multi-block centrifuge. I don't mind that, like the steam sentry, and then just grind out a bunch of dust. Oh Jesus! I do need to upgrade my steam throughput anyway. I do like the idea of going out and looting though. Let's write it down on the clipboard and then we'll oh yeah, let's also get all of that done. We're not going to formalize the LV line today. So, 96. I'm going to make my next stream goal to get Cupernickel coils. I guess the rest of the EBF isn't that bad also. So let's say EBF question mark get ruby source. Or, I mean, I guess that's a lot of different ideas like centrifuge. Our other option is crops. Would take 4.53 hours if I centrifuged it. Jesus. And then maybe if I get all of the stuff we need for the coils, we just craft them out. I feel like we should do it in order though, for the sake of the video. Hmm. Let's say craft EBF controller first for the sake of the video, and all the rest of the stuff we need, and then we'll worry about Ruby afterward. Okay, that's our checklist for tomorrow. I am very happy with today though. Scrapbox gives Ruby at a 0.02%. You know, it wouldn't be ridiculous to start scrapboxing, I guess. We are in LV. You could make one coil and then make the mica seed. I actually really like that, Killer Doggy. That's smart. Because then we make that one Cupernickel coil. We'll use it as the base for the micadia. But also, processing this is not the easiest. I guess we could put it... Oh, MV extractor. Or water plus crushed mica. Okay. Yeah, we actually can't use this yet. Because it requires an MV extractor. Or a prerequisite of having crushed mica ore on us, which we don't. Alrighty. Oh my god, I just realized I put this on the wrong block. This is gonna piss me off. I already have over a stack of copper dust. Life is so good. Uh-oh, I think, okay, this must have jammed. We're probably not getting all of the XP ore berries moving as fast as we need them to. Is this still filling up? That makes sense. Oh, I wonder if this second one will ever fill up, given how I have it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's annoying as hell. How do I fix that? I guess 2 more conveyors I could do it, but oh man, that's annoying. Yeah, so that's what I think. Let's fix this before I get off stream. I think the issue is that the way that these stupid Greg Tech pipes work is that because I'm using 1 per second in this block placer, it's just constantly replenishing 1/4 of the speed into this block placer. And better pipes won't help this because the issue is that it's deciding to go to this one every single time, even though it doesn't have 16 slots open. So what we end up having to do, I think, is we need to split the output into a chest and then have 2 different conveyor belts go 2 different ways, which is really annoying, honestly. Let's fix it. What's going on here? Why can't I, Am I crazy? Iron level 2, O3 tin. Wow, I just cannot pick up tin pipes with an iron wrench. I think GregTech pipe logistics needs to be improved by a large margin. They just suck so bad compared to all the other options. And I feel like there's like a potential that GregTech pipes could just be good logistics. And they should be, right? There's really no reason it shouldn't be. This is like logistics the pack. Let's gamble these, why not? Of course I get a random steel wrench when I gamble it. Right after making a steel wrench. Fuck me, that's so funny. That's like divine comedy right there. I love that. Oh! We got a macerator! What the hell? Oh my god. Dude, we gamba. We're actually gamble kings. Alright, let's see if we can gamble something else with this. Tin ore! That's probably good. Cassetine. Probably not, actually. I'll leave that to the philosophers. Alright, what did I need? Some more tin pipes. A chest, 2 conveyors. Yeah. It is what it is. We should also make the steam hearth soon. So that way I can get all this dust into ingots. Let's see if I can just craft this outright. Missing redstone, rubber, and... Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this. Let's get some more tin cables from the vending machine. What am I doing over here? Doing that. We might as well encode a redstone pattern for the XP crafting. Casting might not be too bad later for getting zirconium. I don't know if I need zirconium anytime soon, but that's a good shout. Hello, Sergeant Istar. How's it going? I forget how annoying these things are to use. Uh, 3 buckets. Actually, we only need 1 for redstone, right? It's one of these funny recipes. Yeah, there we go. I will just encode that and then we'll have it at some point. I don't want to set up all the filtering and stuff again right now, but I will have that for later. Is there a most efficient way to do this? Yes. So let's do this. We'll put a chest in between the two of them and then just extend this. And we don't need to make any more tin pipes, which is nice. At the very least, we just need to make the two conveyors. That is so annoying. 2.9 looks so cool. I'll probably wait until release for to update my world. That's soon. Beta 1 is like almost out. I think that's, or maybe it is out. Chat, can we confirm or deny that beta 1 for 2.9 is out? Oh, hey Ultra, how's it going? I honestly don't know. I'm not like, I don't have any good, I'm just complaining, to be completely honest. I don't have any good solutions on my mind of how one might fix this issue. Um, one thing I would one thing that I think Ender IO pipes have that is way better than GT pipes is that Ender IO pipes don't have an internal inventory. They just serve as a conduit for things to get through. And I find that the internal inventory on GregTech pipes is the cause of a lot of the problems I have with them because items will get stuck in them and I need to like break off the important part with the conveyor belt and that's a pain in the ass and it's just like it just ends up being a whole hassle that I don't like. That's probably one of the issues with them. Round robin style piping would be great as well. Um, but I'm wondering how that would affect lag, honestly, because it seems pretty high performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, beta 1 is out. Okay, let's go. All right, we can just chuck this extra drawer right in the middle. This will output the ore berries right into here. And then I'm going to take two separate conveyor modules and put them both on import. And that should ideally split things 50-50, especially because this block placer is going to be full 90% of the time. So we don't need an intense rate for this. I think it's like 1/4 of the conveyor belt speed. But as a consequence, we do actually need to fix this now because there's probably a jam. Yeah, right there. There we go. All right, that should be fixed for now. You can see we have a lot of extra ore berries, or XP. This is also going to cause some problems the way... Okay, I think we're good. We've got them on a cycle. That's fine. That's fine. I can take that. All right. That is our stream for today, I think. I think we have things all dialed in. Our XP crafting is good. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. That was a lovely little stream. I'm gonna let this like craft out. I'll probably swap to redstone and nickel at some point, so that way I can have those permanently. Maybe one thing I'll do before I get off is make a dolly, because I think that'll help me with the item logistics and moving around drawers and stuff. And I want to show you guys what the dolly is, because it's pretty good. Can I make those yet? Is that a Stone Age, Steam Age? Hello, my dolly. Ah, there it is. So the dolly allows you to pick up full chests and the inventory within them and move them. That includes barrels and drawers and stuff like that. So let's quickly make one of these so that way my offline time is a little bit better, well spent. In just the time that we have spent setting up the XP crafting, I have 128 copper. 2 stacks of copper dust. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Where am I gonna put redstone stuff? Maybe there? That feels wrong. Alrighty. Hello, my baby. Hello, my gal. 2 of these bad boys, which is, I'm gonna guess that we need 12 rods. And I'm gonna be wrong, but you know, we're gonna guess anyway. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 rings to make 2 sets of iron minecart wheels. There's a couple rods, and then we need a rubber round. Oh, here's the recipe. Cool. And there's our dolly. And this is gonna help me later when I need to move shit around. Yeah, you can see I could just yoink entire inventories. And I'm going to do that to yoink the barrels that are over there later. Now we can call stream. Who should I raid today? Who's awake? Is Threefold still doing his thing? Do comparators work with GT tanks? I think they do. I think they do. All right, closing that. Who can we raid today? Random Potato is no longer playing, but Cat's Cozy Games is. So let's go raid Cat's Cozy Games. Actually, wait, I want to raid Dado. Fuck it, we're gonna raid Dado today. This has never happened before. All right, chat. So remember, be kind to yourself and others. Do the best that you can. Come up with doohickeys. Doohickeys makes the world go round. They make the world go round. They make you happy. They make me happy. And yeah, just do the best you can. I'm gonna leave you with Dado, who's a YouTuber that I used to love, who plays Destiny, or used to at least. Now he's doing a lot of variety. So I hope you guys have fun with him. Peace, everyone. And goodbye, VOD. Peace, y'all.